This is a How Is He podcast with Podge and Papa, proudly sponsored by Amplify. Power up your podcast. Let's kick it off.
Welcome to episode 72, proudly sponsored by Carlow Estimating. If you're a contractor, subcontractor, supplier, manufacturer, Carlow Estimating will price your job tighter than Papa's grip on a golf club. Check them out at carlowestimating.ie and their social channels. Welcome to episode 72 of the How Is He podcast, joined as always by my co-host Paul Papadowling, here in the fantastic facility that is Amplify podcast studio in the heart of Carlow town. Tonight, Papa, we have Paddy Cahill, a man who had a love for sport growing up, played GAA for Kilbride, Mysall and Tullow Community School as a goalkeeper. Once finished school, he went straight into nursing and stopped playing GAA. Ardattin FC, remember them? They came calling and he played with them until he sustained a bad back injury. He ended up coaching soccer in a walk when his son and daughter started playing. Around this time, an ad came up for the head coach position with Special Olympics team in Carlow. Paddy applied and got the role on a voluntary basis. When he started, there was around 12 players. That's now grown to 25 players. There will be a new addition this year when a ladies team, brand new ladies team, starts in September. Fantastic. Savage growth. The volumes mean that Carlow could afford to have two men's teams. The A team has dominated the region, have won 4 Leinsters in a row, and the B team have been runners up 3 times. Is that in the same competition, Paddy? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
so you beat each other in the final?
No, it's different division.
Okay.
Different division, but the same league format.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
In 2024, this Carlow team were picked to represent Ireland and travel to Spain to compete in the Euros. The team went all the way to the semi-final but finished 3rd overall. Paddy, welcome on.
Thank you very much.
How are you?
Good.
You just told us outside you've never done any of these before, so you're nervous enough.
Yeah, first time.
Do you know what I picked up straight away, Paddy? You, when we reach out and contact them, we ask them give us a bio, give us a breakdown. You never once mentioned any of your awards. Tell me about them. And why didn't you include them?
I don't like the focus on me, really, you know. But yeah, no, I was lucky. I was lucky enough to be nominated for an award 2 years ago now, or last year. Last year, I think, maybe. I just got nominated by the athletes. The soccer players nominated me for a Positive Influence Award that I won, and yeah, proud moment. Really proud moment.
For sure, absolutely. Yeah. Expected, great. Not expected?
Oh, completely unexpected.
That's even better, isn't it?
Completely unexpected.
Great, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it was great. Okay. I mean, you don't get into coaching or volunteering or doing anything for stuff like that, but you know, when it comes around, it makes you stop and kind of reflect, and you know, you kind of think, geez, I'm doing all right here, like, you know.
Yeah, you kind of gather what's happened previously for me to get here.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of go back and harvest.
I suppose you can kind of think that you're doing a good job, or you get a little bit of feedback every now and again, but you know, to get it in the form of award is special, you know. And I spoke to one of the Special Olympics. There was a committee over it, so I think there was about 10 or 15 people nominated, and they had a subcommittee, and they picked the winner then based on what the athletes had said. So when you nominate somebody for an award, you have to write a reason why. Yeah. And the girl on the phone was crying when she was talking to me. She goes, I haven't heard such things in a while, how highly these fellas regard you, like, you know, and how important you are to them. And you know, it kind of got me kind of choked up a bit, like, oh God, that's unbelievable, like, you know. Because you do get positive feedback, you know. I know the lads, you know, we get on great, you know, but those lads had run through a brick wall for me, like, you know, we have a great relationship and a great bond. You know, but to get an award, it's lovely, it's nice. It's nice. Yeah. You don't, obviously, like I said, you don't get in to stuff like this for awards and stuff like that. It was a lovely day out. I brought my daughter up. It was up in a hotel up in Dublin, and it's quite a humbling thing because you're in a room full of people that you would look up to and people that you would put on pedestals, going like, these volunteers have like 20, 30, 40 years service. They're winning awards for various things, and I'm in the same room as these people, like, you know, and you're kind of going, geez, that's unreal, like, you know. Where
is the award in your house?
It is on the mantelpiece.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's on the mantelpiece.
Should be on the front door.
Yeah, it's lovely, and it's a lovely glass plaque, you know. It's really, really nice. It's up beside another little plaque we got presented with a plaque over in Spain. Every team that played got this, and it was presented to the captain of the team.
Brilliant.
And in the airport on the way home, the lads were acting a bit weird, and they were moving off to the one side of the airport, and essentially they were having a meeting about giving the plaque to me and presenting it to me in the airport. So I was sitting down, we're having a chat, and the lads all came up and everyone's hugging me, and everyone started clapping and gave me this little plaque that said Reus 2024 on it.
Oh.
And so that's beside that one.
Brilliant.
So yeah,
Brilliant.
it's great.
I just wanted to bring that up because it's we have a lot of people on here who have plenty of individual awards, and it's nearly, not that it's the first thing they go to, but they'll always let you know they've done this, right? So I said I'd bring it up on the kind of sneak there. You weren't expecting that, weren't you?
No, I wasn't expecting that. And then I was thinking,
They're the best ones.
award was it?
I'd hit on that walking by if you're having a bad day.
Yeah.
Just as a focus point to say, I'm having a bad day today. Then you'd look at something like that, what? And do it okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I
No,
know
you would.
it does remind you, I do look at it, and particularly I have a team photograph of the lads over in Spain when we took the team photograph with the Ireland jersey, and that's up there as well. And I just look at that and just go that is, no one's ever taken that away.
Yeah.
And it's so unbelievable. Representing your country, it's an unbelievable feeling. Something that I thought I'd never get.
It's very few get.
In anything representing your country is a fantastic achievement.
Yeah, and to be there with the lads, to be there with lads that I have a real deep connection with and a real, bond with. I was so happy for them that I kind of forgot how delighted I was myself to be there. Because I'm it's great for the lads, and then you look at it and you're the gaffer, you're standing beside these guys in Ireland jerseys, and it's holy, that's unreal,
Brilliant.
Yeah. Tell me, how do you measure success then, say, beyond playing for them lads? What's the measurement like, or how do you measure it?
I suppose with the athletes, I'm very much focused on things other than trophies.
Yeah.
It's success for me is predominantly just participation. You have to start with participation. Getting lads week in, week out to training. Like I was saying to you before this kicked off, I think we had a particularly bad spell during COVID, and it was a lot of enforced isolation. And isolation's very dangerous. It can make you quite sick, physically and mentally. And I think, the deep connections you make through sport and with football and with every sport really in general, the connections you make, the friends you make, through just participation, showing up, that's where it has to start. So keeping lads involved, keeping lads going to train and keeping lads motivated, and making sure they're enjoying it. You have to enjoy it. You can't be asking lads to come down and it's lashing rain on a Tuesday night and you're horsing lads out doing laps. It has to be fun. So success for me is lads smiling, participating, and having a friend group, having a group of people that they can come and they can pal around with and enjoy. There is success that will come off the back of that in their personal lives, which is important to me as well. I think the confidence that I've seen some of the athletes gain through soccer and through sport.
Give me examples of that, Paddy.
Yeah, I mean, it's, there's a couple of athletes really similar stories that would have had a particularly tough time in school. Mainstream school would have been not picked for any games, or would have had a tough
excluded
time.
Almost,
excluded, and isolated, and not included, and felt sort of not worthy or not a part of things, and that would have been reasonably common with some of the athletes, and I've seen through sport, and I've talked to their parents and talked to their loved ones, and a lot of them would say they're a completely different person since they started playing soccer, since they started getting involved in Special Olympics. They're just more confident. One of the chaps, would have had a particularly difficult time, and his mum and dad were like, God, where's the future here? What can we expect for our son, of jobs or life or what's going to come, because everything was difficult and, you know, couldn't catch a break.
That's hard to answer, isn't it?
It's tough. And, you know, I suppose I'm not the parent of a child with special needs, but it is something you think, God, like, what's ahead of my son or daughter here? How like, life can be cruel and society can be cruel and kids can be cruel. And it's, you know, life can be difficult for kids with additional needs. But particularly like this one chap, I won't say his name though, but his mum would say since starting Special Olympics, he's a different person. He's grown a foot in confidence. You know, somebody that would have been excluded and never picked is now centre of attention, you know, speaking up, is a real leader in the group. He's gone to Trinity College and done an access course.
Wow.
Gone to Dublin and got a job.
Wow.
And works in Dublin and commutes on his own, gets to train, goes to his work, comes home. And this is somebody who, you know, when they were back in school, their parents kind of thought, geez, you know, none of this would have been attainable, or even you couldn't even dream of how it was going to turn out. And they firmly believe that Special Olympics and being involved with sport and being amongst their peers and the confidence that gave that athlete just grew and grew and grew. And, you know, that confidence turned that athlete into somebody who wouldn't have applied for a job, applying for a course, and is now, you know, living independently.
Yeah.
You know.
Are you giving the athletes, obviously that have special needs, are you giving them the thought that it's okay for me, you know, to carry special needs and still contribute to normal society? Like that example you've just given is amazing. Like,
yeah, and it's
like if you go back 20, 30 years,
yeah,
like
it's so sad.
There is no inclusion whatsoever. No.
It's so sad. It really, you know, it's awful to think, you know, 20, 30 years ago, like kids with special needs were just locked away from society.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, I mean, I use certain athletes in the club as the benchmark of, you know, this can be done. Like, what do you want to do? You know, look at their abilities and not their disabilities.
Are they conversations you would have with the athletes? Yeah,
of course. I mean, I've had conversations with some of the athletes of, like, what do you want to do? Like, you're well able, you know. It's really important to don't assume anything. Don't assume somebody can't do something.
Gotcha.
Do you know what I mean? And that's with my own kids as well. And that kind of goes for everybody. I kind of say to the lads, look, what do you want to do? I have a couple of the lads now doing PDP 1. Stephen's helping me out with New Walk with coaching. Mm-hmm. We are running in the last 6 months. I think by the end of this year, we should have about 8 athletes trained up as registered Special Olympics volunteers.
Wow.
That's the first step. So when you're a volunteer, then you can go down the coaching route. So just empowering athletes and saying, look, you can don't set the bar. Don't let anybody set the bar for you.
Are these supports evident and clear to the athletes? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, do you understand there's a pathway for them to get into coaching, to get into volunteerism? Yeah, I mean,
the vast majority of the athletes would have good support at home, and they would have, you know, supports in the community.
Is that, Paddy?
That's huge. It's huge. Yeah, I mean, it's the athletes just need encouragement, and you know they need a little bit of a kick in the backside as well sometimes, and they just need that. Like every kid, you know, everybody needs a bit of encouragement and that safe space and that, you know, bit of a push to kind of do things, and it's important, you know, that's there and you know, athletes are encouraged to do stuff and get out of the comfort zone. But there's huge supports in Carlow. I mean, I didn't really realise before I got involved in Special Olympics, there's great resources in Carlow for people that may not have the supports from home. You know, Delta's unbelievable. Centre, it's such a brilliant place. St. Lazarians, there's the people that work there are phenomenal, like, and they would, you know, act as supports when there may not be supports at home, and they would, you know, help athletes get, you know, forms filled out for housing, or, you know, all of these things that, you know, may not be there because there may not be an adult at home or whatever, to encourage all the volunteers in Special Olympics would always chat to the athletes and give them a dig out with stuff, you know, and it's one big kind of family, you know, everybody knows everybody helps everybody. And certainly I'm sort of trying to encourage and kind of drive athletes pushing the boundaries and pushing the limits of what they can do and become a volunteer, you know, become a volunteer. We have a couple of athletes at the minute that have bad injuries that are kind of laid up from a sports point of view. So trying to get them registered as volunteers, get their Garda vetting done, help them fill out the forms. It's just tedious process, just tedious for me.
But they're willing though.
You know,
they're clearly very willing. Like,
yeah, the will is there.
Which may, well, you know, I think that's the most important thing. It's will over skill for me. But like the fact that they have the will and they want to progress means there's a future for them, right?
But it's also important because they can't play it, that they're still involved.
Yeah.
In some capacity.
Yeah. Yeah.
If they can't run or whatever they can't do with their injury, make sure they're not excluded.
Yeah.
That they're
And
included,
everybody has
the
something
most
to
important
offer.
part.
You know, everybody's something to offer. Every athlete, you know, has something to give. You know, everybody has different abilities. We'd have, you know, athletes are graded on ability in each sport from level 1 athletes that are, you know, do really well, that are high level athletes, and down to level 4 athletes that would need a lot more support. And we've athletes throughout all of the grades in Carlow, but everybody's something to offer, you know, everybody, you know, you just have to get to know the athletes and get to know what they can and can't do. But certainly it's, you know, I don't think any limits should be set, you know, reach for the stars and see where you go. And
you'll end up somewhere.
Yeah.
Tell me this, take me back to the ad you seen in the paper. Was it Nationals, was it?
It was online.
Take me back to when you seen that ad. Why is Paddy Cahill applying for this role?
It was.
You take a drink first.
Yeah. No, it was all by accident, really.
Okay.
It was just as we were coming out of the hard lockdowns, 2021. Work was really difficult. Difficult.
In your profession, your own professional life. You're a nurse, right?
Yeah.
During that time.
Yeah, I've been nursing since '99, since I started.
But during COVID, like, you're talking different level, right?
Yeah, it was
upsetting, I bet.
It was terrifying.
Yeah.
I won't mince my words. You know, it was. I've never feared for my life before, and it sounds dramatic now because we're out of it. When we were in it, there's a handful of professions in the country that were literally nose to nose with people dying of COVID. And in the first couple of batches of COVID, like, if you got it, you're in bother.
Yeah.
As the years progressed, it started to come down on severity. But in the first couple of batches of COVID, you got COVID, you could die. Like, there was 2 colleagues of mine in Kilkenny died from COVID. I've worked with them. You know, nurses in Dublin died of COVID. And, you know, I work in the intensive care, so you're getting the sickest of the sick. And you have to look after them. You know, you have to look after these people on ventilators. They're coughing, they're bringing up all these secretions that, you know, carry this virus. It's all over you. You're wearing your gear, you're wearing your protection. You're covered in this thing that can kill you.
Unavoidable for you.
Yeah, it's unavoidable. You just have to sort of go, who else is going to do it? You just have to do it. And you plough on. And that makes you kind of think, like, I'm going, every shift I'm going into work, and it's the feeling it brings in your body is like walking into a building that's on fire. That's how it makes you feel. You don't want to go in. As soon as you get in, you want to leave. You just have to push through for 12 hours because there's somebody sick that needs your help. So that was going on. And I was looking for a job. Essentially, I was online scrolling, going, I don't know if I can do this. If this is nursing for the foreseeable,
it's not for
I don't know if I can do it.
You didn't know how long it was going to last, did we?
No, because that was the height of it going.
Like, imagine getting into that. You're getting out. Whenever you open your car door, you're in the face of it.
Yeah.
Until you get back into your car.
Yeah.
And you're hoping I didn't take in
I
any of this.
genuinely feared for my life. And I genuinely even more feared that I would bring it home and it would harm my kids.
Life, yeah.
And I thought, geez, like, if this is it, like, if this is nursing for the foreseeable, I don't know if I can do it. Like, so I was online looking at nursing jobs and thinking, geez, if there's something that would be a bit handier than ICU, maybe something that I wouldn't be in the cold face of it, you know, to reduce my risk, being completely selfish about it, like.
Yeah.
And then I just saw the ad, Carlow Special Olympics looking for a head coach, and I completely wasn't expecting it, because I was looking at nursing jobs and it was in the section for nursing jobs. And I was like, just kind of stood out. And at the time I was coaching in New Oak with Louis and Gloria, and I enjoyed coaching, you know, really got a good kick out of it. And I just kind of thought, geez, we're in the hard lockdowns. I hadn't seen anybody for a while. I kind of thought, look, I'll just give it a go. I'll just inquire about it. Wasn't looking, if I hadn't saw the ad, I may not have even got involved. You know, it wasn't a kind of a burning desire. I just saw it, said, look, I'll give it a go. Then I sent an email. The process, I couldn't just start. You have to be a registered volunteer before you start coaching. So the process is, you know, and it can put a few people off. Becoming a volunteer, it's a little bit tedious, the application process, the Garda vetting, you have to do a safeguarding course. But I had the time, so I just filled it in. Yeah. And just got going, went down to the SETU. There was no sort of interview process. It was like, great, when can you start? You know,
the BBC, see you later.
Yeah, you're down. And had a very open mind, didn't really know what I was getting in for.
What were your first impressions?
First impressions were very positive, as in the level of ability the lads had, I was struck by. I didn't really know what ability the lads were going to be at, whether it was...
What did you think it was going to be?
I didn't think the level would be as high as it was.
Okay, so you were surprised?
Yeah, and I don't know why, but...
Well, that changed your applications, of course, straight away.
Did you go in with an open mind?
I just went in really not knowing what to expect. I didn't really think anything. Here. I just had a kind of a completely open mind. I'll just go and see what happens. And I was walking up to the SETU and I saw lads training and I was like, it's hardly them. Lads pinging the ball around. I was like, sorry.
Yeah.
And I was walking in. I was like, no, I'm in the right spot. Like, so I went in and I met the lads. At that time, the head coach was gone. I think it was one of the dads had stepped down, and there was young lads from the SETU doing sports courses that were doing stepping sessions.
Up. Yeah.
Went in and met the lads, and from the very start, there's a couple of lads really, really handy footballers, like really handy, very skillful. Most of the lads well able to play. One or two lads that needed a bit more help, needed more development, that had only started, but very pleasantly surprised. But like within 30 seconds, you're getting bantered. Like,
go ahead.
Oh yeah, what team do you support?
Yeah.
No, what's your name? Where are you? Like, who do you support?
Yeah. And
it starts there. Like the banter was wicked.
Yeah,
absolutely wild.
Were you expecting that? Like,
not really. I mean, I obviously have some interactions with kids and adults with intellectual disabilities through my work. My sister-in-law Katie has Down syndrome as well, and she's absolutely hilarious, and the centre of all the attention and all of the crack in her in the house, and so it wasn't alien to me, but it's
unexpected.
It was just really great crack. I thought there'd be a period of kind of bedding in, but just went in and it was just banter straight away, slagging,
just great,
just straight off the bat. And at the end of it, I just felt kind of at home, you know, lads high-fiving, when are you back? It was just this feeling of you're part of us now. You're.
Did you feel? I was going to ask you. Did you felt a part of it straight away?
Oh yeah, straight away.
I'm coaching a long time, and I've never had that feeling with a group after one session.
No.
Oh no, straight away.
Never.
Yeah, straight away.
Maybe 4 or 5 sessions in, you leave with academies and that. But never, like, it's a good feeling, right?
Yeah, it's a great feeling. It's it dispelled any kind of anxiety I had, or I just kind of thought, geez, this is great. Like, and when I saw the lads playing football, I was like, geez, there's we have great potential here to actually do well.
Had they picked up any silverware at that point?
No. I hate saying this. It was like, before I came along, we won that.
No,
but
you're only stating facts.
It's, I suppose, when I came along was 2021. Prior to that, we hadn't really. We were kind of second, third in Leinster. The dominant force then was Tullamore.
Okay.
Tullamore was essentially unbeatable.
Yeah.
They were very strong. And at that time as well, we only probably had 10, 12 lads at training. Do you know that we've developed since then and got a lot more players and a lot more handy players since then. But the original core is pretty much still there. Like the OGs from that group are still playing, like, and still good footballers. But the Tullamore Special Olympics just play football. That's all they do.
Gotcha.
So they were well drilled.
The pool you were pulling over play all the sports.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Which is good in a way because they're fit and active and stuff. But no silverware. We the first year, we came. I came on board. We actually beat Tullamore in the final of the
first
Leinster.
year?
Yeah.
Wow.
And that was just. I knew then like that. I knew then that I was in for the long haul. Like because that, when you've been part of something that's been touch and distance for years, and then the lads like we're after beating Tullamore. Like it was just this massive. We've made it, like,
How do you celebrate that as a group?
I suppose we just kind of lose the run of ourselves on the pitch, hugging, cheering. There's always some lad with a speaker, so the Championes comes on like straight away. But yeah, like it's we have these successes together, and then we're straight back to the training ground, but yeah, it's great, like, and it's
I bet it lasts on them though, right?
It does. The lads want to win.
Like that's what I mean, they're winners, so it lasts,
The lads want to win, and I'm like, they're sick of me saying, like, because I'm sort of focused on developing and growing and having fun, and the lads are like, where's my medal, like, or where's my trophy? Because I have the same, we're either winning or we're learning.
Yeah.
And the lads are like, yeah, that's great, like, but I still want to win. They're fiercely competitive, and to get that first win over Tullamore and kind of get that monkey off our back, then we kind of developed more. We got a couple of more players on board when we had that little.
That Paddy recruitment. Sorry to cut across you. What's the recruitment process there like?
To get players in?
Yeah.
A number of different things. There's no active recruitment. A lot of it is when we had a little bit of success, it kind of got out, and lads that had played previously and maybe got a bit fed up of it were like, maybe I'll come back to training.
Yeah.
So there was a couple of lads like that. There was a couple of lads that you have to be 16 to play. So there was a couple of lads that sort of came on board because they turned 16.
Okay.
Word of mouth as well. A few of the athletes knew, like, I know a lad over here that wants to play with us and he's good. Like, or I know a lad over here that wants to play with us that might be from Ballinglass or might be from Castlecomer or whatever.
Yeah.
And we kind of, they're a friend of a friend. Yeah. So they'll come and play because their friend is playing with us. So there's been no real recruitment. It's kind of grown organically.
It's just snowball.
With a bit of success, with a bit of word of mouth, friends of friends coming along. And we're at healthy numbers now.
You've grown quick, right?
We've grown fairly quick, yeah. We're we'd often have sessions with 18, 19, 20 lads fairly regularly.
Talk to me about the A and the B aspect
numbers,
of it.
Isn't it?
Yeah, great numbers. Do the players understand their roles, like in relation to it being an A and a B?
Yeah, so
I presume you train together, right?
Yeah, we all train together.
Yeah.
The A and the B, I suppose I was initially reluctant because
you understand
why.
Like,
like everything, there's a little bit of a stigma, like, I'm on the B team. Or,
and
it's same with Louis at the minute. He's under 12s, and it's like, will we split the team? I don't want to be. There's like, I don't want to be in the B team. That sort of stuff. But I think the way I kind of framed it was, it has to go in your grade. So grade 1 and grade 2 athletes have to be on the A team. And grade 3 and grade 4 athletes have to be on a B team. And the grade 3s can kind of go either way. And ultimately, it's about getting lads playing against opposition of equal ability. There's no point, having a couple of grade 4 athletes coming up against a couple of grade 2 athletes, because it just, there's no learning. It's just not.
How are they graded? What's
the grading system? It's based on skills. So grade 1, in layman's terms, would do everything well all of the time. Grade 2 would be most things well most of the time, but it's breaking into passing, shooting, fitness, ball control.
And do you grade them yourself?
I grade them myself, and they would be verified with FAI.
Okay,
Will Kinsella would come down, or somebody from FAI would come down and grade them as well.
Yeah.
And it's to do with getting athletes playing against similar ability athletes, and also for Ireland games, world games, you need to have a grade so it's fair that you're competing against athletes. So we would have, in athletics, we've grade 2 athletes with the shot put, grade 4 athletes with the shot put. You have to be competing against athletes of similar ability. So obviously all of our grade 2 athletes have to be on the first team. All of our grade 4s have to be on the second team.
So it's a necessity rather than an actual choice then, right?
And I suppose there is a little bit of an overlap. Again, like the under 10s with Louis, there's lads that can play in either.
Yeah.
There's high level 3s and lower level 3s.
Gotcha.
So you're trying to sort of split the group up. So it's grading mostly, and then I would, on the second team, I would see about the balance of the team. If there was a level 3 athlete that was good enough to play for level or for the first team, but I needed a leader in the second team, or I needed a strong somebody that can carry the ball.
I suppose it's the same if you have players winding down, because it goes to 48, right, years of age. So if you have someone maybe in their late 30s, early 40s that, so you're going to put them into that level because they're winding down, and you have someone who's developing really quick, they can go in. So it's actually a very good system, really.
Yeah, and we chop
it?
and change. I mean, we generally with tournaments, if you start a tournament in a certain division, you have to finish the tournament out. But as soon as that tournament's end, if you have a grade 3 athlete, you can go either way. And the majority of our athletes are grade 3.
It's high though, that's good, right?
It's good ability. We've five or six athletes that came to race with us, were level 2, and the rest were made up of level 3 athletes.
I watched some of the games.
Fantastic,
I watched some of the games. It was Barcelona, right? You went to. I don't know where I seen him. It must have been Facebook, was it?
I streamed it live on Facebook.
Must have been
and
Facebook.
There was a few videos knocking around.
But there was one player playing for you. I don't know the chap's name. My God, he was dynamite. Both-footed, narrow kind of chap, rapid.
Yeah.
He looked hurt in the last few games, though, I have to say.
Tall chap?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tallish.
Jamie Brennan.
Wow.
Possibly Jamie Brennan. We've a couple of athletes that would stand out. I suppose Jamie Brennan, tall and lean, and is an
Very
athlete.
good, like.
An athlete. He is brilliant at every sport he does.
Oh, really?
We've a young chap, Ben Gately, super player. I mean, super skillful. Colin Kinsella again.
This lad was like Ryan Giggs-esque, the way he was dribbling and moving, and I was like, look at this lad.
Yeah. There's a couple of guys really, really skillful.
Yeah.
And it was one of the things with Rios as well, is that tournament was a high level tournament. So, the opposition we were playing against in Spain, they were all grade 2, grade 1s.
Wow.
And we didn't have enough grade 2s to make a team of grade 2. So when it was originally kind of offered to us to go, the development officer in Leinster, Lillian, was like, look, because I thought they were going to say, look, we'll take your 5 grade 2s and a couple of grade 2s from Tullamore, a couple of grade 2s from here, and make a team.
Yeah.
And they're saying, look, logistically, that's tricky. With lads training, they don't know each other, with flights. Lillian was saying, look, if you have enough grade 3s that are of a level that can hold their own, you're better off just sending a team of lads that know each other.
Yeah.
Well,
which was great.
They're in their comfort zone as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like if they're playing with Tullamore, they're not going to be in their comfort zone.
Yeah.
Or not disrespecting them, but
Yeah.
they're used to their group of players.
But I knew our lads that were grade 3s were grade 1s when it came to determination.
Right.
Or grade 1s when it came to like I said,
Application.
going through brick walls. If I say go through a brick wall, and I knew that would be enough. I knew we'd compete. I set the bar low before we went because I was like,
you're going to the unknown, really.
Going
aren't
into
you?
the unknown.
Yeah.
We're playing against tiki-taka footballers, like, you know, and some of those teams over there were
good.
super.
Yeah.
So yeah, going over, I was kind of keeping the bar low, and even from talking to head coaches over there, they were kind of saying, look, you know, it's great that you came. You know, it's great that you're competing. As in, like,
well, a bit
downgrading,
like,
sort of.
Little bit,
what's
yeah.
the word? Patronising almost.
Not overtly, but I
Paddy.
just got the sense of a little bit like, oh, sure, look, it's great to be
You
here,
only
it's
go
great
so
to
far,
participate.
You came all this way, lads. Thanks so much.
But I knew that
love shoving it down
the
someone's
first day
throat.
was,
I know you do.
it was 3 days, like, really intense. Like, the first day was divisioning, where all the teams played each other to make sure everybody was on a similar level. Day 2 then was competition, so we're split into 2 groups and we compete. At the end of day 2 then we had basically a match to get us into the final. We won this, we're in the final. And to and fro, lost the match. Close to the end, we lost the match. And I just wasn't expecting it. I just became overwhelmed with emotion.
Really?
Just broke down. Fell to my knees. And I was like,
Why?
I don't know. I knew what it meant for the lads, and I knew they would have loved to have been in the final.
Okay.
And I knew how hard they worked. They were out on their feet. We were out on the first night looking for pharmacies open to buy plasters and
blister spots.
all of that stuff. The lads were
Yeah.
absolutely out on their feet.
Yeah.
And they just emptied the tank. They couldn't have given me any more. Like, and that feeling of, you know, these boys have given me their soul. Like, they just emptied the tank, and I was gutted for them. And you know, everybody was upset, and they were all upset because I was upset, and I was like, oh, pull it together, like, you know, just I wasn't expecting it. Kind of came out of nowhere, and I was like, just, and a lot of the lads' families were over there as well. Like, there was a huge number of families over there. I went back to the hotel then. I was like, just, you know, the match on the final day then was the 3rd, 4th place playoff. I was like, oh, just regroup here. Have to regroup. The cramp was setting in. The lads could barely walk, and particularly our level 2 lads, the stronger lads, were maybe being flogged a little bit, of being playing extra minutes just to kind of get us over the line. And you know, and that final day then we were, you know, that match was unbelievable. Like 0-0 at half time, 0-0 at full time. Lads could barely walk. Like, lads were walking and hobbling around the pitch. And sun was beaming down, 30 degrees. Lads are sweating. It was just, you know, that feeling of anticipation, going, please, 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 please. Like, and the last kick of the match, we had a free kick from about 30 yards out. And Dominic Curran, like, he's really, really good lad, and he come on, and I says, Dom, just get on target. Just get on target. And I got a message up to one of our defenders to sort of give the wall a bit of a nudge to open up a bit of space, like. And Dom just let fly, and the ball just went in, right in the corner, and referee blew the whistle. And all of that disappointment from the day before was just evaporated. Gone from, you know, devastation to elation. You know, and it was a lovely way to finish the tournament, like, because the team that went on and won it were from Barcelona, like, and they were unbeaten. Like, they were unbeaten in the tournament. And I kind of thought, if we got to the final, if we had won that match on the second day and got to the final,
you wouldn't have enough of the time.
I don't know if we would have had enough to compete with them, and we would have ended on a defeat.
Yeah.
Whereas we ended as if we won the whole tournament. You know, that feeling
triggers a memory though as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it's just, you know, you just hear the Italian 90 music in the background, the lads in the Ireland jerseys, the sun beaming down, and it was just this pinch me moment of we did it.
You were
like,
overwhelmed.
we did it, like, you know.
Yeah.
Did the lads get caps for that?
Didn't get caps, and it's I suppose it wasn't
shouldn't it?
That wasn't official, because there's a technicality where to get a cap you have to go through the process and win a tournament and stuff like that. I suppose because we were the only team from Ireland going over,
is why you got
we
to
were
represent the
going on
country.
behalf of Ireland, not
Okay.
sort of represent, like kind of a technicality, but
It's lousy and
I'm not dwelling on it because
Bend the rule there, please.
the lads,
Yeah.
the lads they came third in a tournament wearing the Ireland jersey. We were going to the matches with, Colin with his beatbox with the Italian 90 music, like all of that going into the stadium. Like the lads were like, this is our time, and it was really special. Like wearing the Ireland jersey, and have Paddy O'Reilly and the FAI to thank for that. Like Paddy's over Football for All and a really, really good guy. And Paddy was instrumental in getting the jerseys to us, because it just made it that bit extra special. Really, really did. Like, we always will have those memories, like, and it elevated the experience to a once in a lifetime thing that, who's scoring the winning goal, wearing an Ireland jersey, having the photographs for the wall in the Ireland jersey, and cap will collect dust. Like, it's just one of those things that we did. We went there, we did it. I'm not. It doesn't devalue or sort of you take away from the whole experience. Like,
just as prestigious, right? Even without a cap or whatever.
Yeah. Look, I mean, it is what it is.
Any more down the line? Any more tournaments again?
We're hoping so that the international tournaments kind of get divided out per province. So Munster will get this year's one or whatever. Then it rotates around. We were lucky that it was Leinster's turn to get the international tournament. We were the dominant force in Leinster, and the development officer in Leinster sort of reached out to me. So it just was kind of fate that it fell that we were successful, and it landed that it was our turn to go. But certainly there will be more chances for international tournaments. There is Ireland Games next summer. So a lot of the lads that had the regional competitions this summer have qualified for Ireland Games, so that's next summer.
Where have they been held, Paddy?
It's in Dublin, I think, is the base, but it'll be sort of around Dublin, Kildare, that sort of stuff. And then World Games, I think, is the following year. We might get one athlete maybe to go to World Games. It's very difficult to get athletes to World
Tough
Games.
qualification process.
Yeah, it's tough. I suppose it's done in fairness with, it's not the best of the best go. It's not like mainstream sports. It's all about your grade. It's all about, a lot of it's random, taken out of a hat. So the process, it's not overly predictable. It is, if we get to go, we'd one athlete a couple of years ago who went to World Games and won the final in the soccer, came home with a gold medal.
Brilliant.
But yeah, we focus on Ireland Games mostly because it's more attainable. It's great fun.
Yeah.
We'll have a week there of good fun next
Staying
summer.
It must be brilliant to be involved in that, though.
That's great. It's I suppose you live for the competition and the tournaments because that's what the guys focus on. It's all well and good saying, oh, we're getting better, we're doing this, but the lads want to win trophies, win medals, go on international tournaments like every athlete that has ever played sport. That's what they want to do.
Yeah, but it screams at me from a coach's perspective that it's actually bigger than just being a coach. Like you are a pivotal person in these athletes' lives. That's what screams to me.
Yeah, I suppose I'm not the only one. I mean, it's there's 5 sports that we play. There's over 100 athletes. We have coaches and volunteers in bowling, basketball, athletics, swimming, football. There's coaches and volunteers there that are decades into this.
Yeah,
that have.
I'd say they are of the same ilk, right? Where it's more than worrying about system, shape, style, the next game, the next event, whatever it may be. You're actually going there like you're a massive influence on the athletes. Like that's evident.
Yeah.
The fact that they're giving you an award in Dublin Airport and like forget about the special needs aspect of it. Like what you're actually giving them in relation to a pathway in life.
It's just a role model, really. You're there. I kind of see myself as a, not a father figure, but like a positive, and that's why it meant so much to me to win that award for being a positive influence. Is that because I pride myself on the arm around the shoulder, like giving the lads a bit of a nudge in the right direction. Getting them involved in things, bettering themselves.
You're a positive soundboard for them, like.
Yeah, and they just, they just really enjoy just being spoken to with respect and, being, having a proper plan, like this is the training we're doing. We have a WhatsApp group for our tactics. They feel involved and included.
Gotcha.
It's not just we'll go and play and see what happens. They're really into, everybody wants to know, if I'm here on the pitch, like who's covering me, they're really, really involved, and it's great to sort of have them thinking like that.
What, 7-a-side, 9-a-side?
It is 7-a-side.
What's the shape there then?
It is
3-3-1.
You're still obsessed with shapes, aren't you?
Yeah, but it's 3-3-1, is it?
2-3-1.
2-3-1.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 2-3-1.
Yeah.
2-3-1, yeah.
Yeah.
3 narrow?
It depends who we're playing against.
Okay.
Usually, if we're doing well, again we try and get wide out the pitch and sort of move the ball along. We're focusing more on sort of retaining possession.
Yeah.
So a lot of it would be the striker would sort of drop back a little bit and sort of link up.
Yeah, movement's crucial in them small side games. Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's almost like you're rotating positions.
Yeah, possession's key, and you want kind of shouting at lads as well. There, you can't be too far away from each other. You have to create little triangles and sort of move the ball up.
That's the Guardiola thing, and
rather than, and I suppose you have to keep it as simple as possible, but push a little bit as well to kind of go, well, maybe we can do this or maybe we can do that.
Well, the shorter distance in the pass, the better, because if it doesn't go well, then you're closer to the breakdown.
Yeah. One thing as well is
it's easier to get back, isn't it?
Lads are fond of shooting from the halfway line as well, which you kind of, and it's like, you kind of say, look, just
Mickey Horgan must be in that team, is he?
you're in you have lads in a great position, and the lads just want to score worldies, like,
Yeah.
But,
Top bins and all that. Sure, it's viral, isn't it? It's want to go viral, yeah.
Tell
me about the
television goal they want, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
It's brilliant.
Talk to me about the challenges, if any.
There's not a huge amount of challenges, really. I mean, I suppose one thing that can be a little bit, or not, it can be something that you consider is, I suppose, the drills that you're doing with athletes that have different abilities, and trying to break up the drills and make sure that everybody's able to do a certain drill, make it, not too complex, and sort of get the drills done before, get the drills sort of nailed on in your head before you go down.
Topic based.
Yeah, we generally for a couple of weeks would focus on a certain topic.
Yeah. Is that important?
You have to kind of freshen it up, I think the lads that get bored, you always have to finish with a match, like.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But little things, keeping it fun, rondos, always good.
Listen, there's 6,000 variations.
It's you have to sort of. It's difficult as well. Like another challenge can be, manpower. It's we've got a couple of new coaches in the last couple of years that have been a great help, and that's really important that you can have kind of subgroups that you can kind of communicate with coaches before you go out and say, look, you take these guys here doing this, I'll take these guys here doing that. If you're running a session on your own with 18 lads, 19 lads, it can be tricky. Like, it can be tricky because it can, it can get a little bit boisterous at times, and you're trying to sort of manage a situation over here, and you're kind of, you can kind of lose focus a little bit, and the session can get away from you, like any session really. But no, we're lucky with the people we have involved now. The lads are, another kind of development over the last couple of years is I've got a couple of the lads kind of taking charge now. So I have a couple of guys that if I'm running 5 minutes late, that the guys get the lads stretching. A couple of the leaders in the group will start the stretches and get lads doing the lap at the start and doing the stretches and getting the lads going, like, to give me a hand as well. So that's that's something that's kind of improved things as well, is that you kind of nominate leaders in the group to kind of say, look, if he's acting the maggot now, keep an eye on that. And, you know, you're kind of having, you know, a couple of lads on your side to kind of keep an eye on things if you're down numbers. Like,
makes the session better though, because if you can do that, and then when they're finished their little warm up, you're straight into the session, or that you've passed, and that you're like, why should you have to go over? Like, I either do it myself. You're like, why do you go over? And it's a warm up. Do it yourself. Like, a senior player, a captain can do it, or a lad that's been around a long time, he can do the session, or not the session, but the warm up. And then when your cones are right, lads, here we go, bang, we're straight into it. Where you're not going over there doing the warm up. Give us 5 minutes, lads, and you're setting up a drill. Like, that can frustrating as well, like, you know. And
it's important to kind of identify.
Very important to do that.
Identify the leaders in the group, and you can cop fairly quickly who in the group the lads listen to. Do you know? And you can kind of earmark these guys to be captains and vice captains, and guys that are leaders that you can kind of text them off the group and say, look, I'm running 5 minutes late. Do the stretch and do, you know, get organised, and I'll be here in a few minutes. Like, it's great to have lads like that, and they'll do it at the drop of a hat, you know. But no, there's very little challenges really. You know, the lads are a great bunch. Like, there's no trouble.
You mentioned it as well. I suppose a big focus on the sessions is the fun, because like the fun element will retain players. Yeah. And is there a fear that you'll probably get nearly over successful and it becomes nearly too strict, and you're without even knowing? Because sometimes it happens where you're kind of removing the fun factor. All of a sudden you lose one or two, and you're like, doesn't matter, we're Leinster champions, blah blah blah. Like, is there an area of your mind where you're thinking this has to be fun?
Yeah, it always has to be fun. Like I said, I never focus on winning, really. I said, like, if we're doing the right things and we're training the right way and we're keeping our fitness up, that stuff will come. Like, I don't want lads to feel like if they lose a match they're failures, or if they lose a match they're, you know, it's all part of sport, you know. I nearly sometimes I kind of, you know, if we do have a bit of a rattle with a good team, we played a couple of teams up in Belfast there recently, and really strong teams, really strong teams, and gave our lads a good rattle. I was delighted, you know, because we don't get tested sometimes in Leinster. And that's why I'm trying to get friendlies now with Cork and a couple of teams in Dublin that would give us a good game, like good rattle. We'd beat them once, they'd beat us once, and that sort of keeps everybody humble, you know, because
for sure.
Lads can kind of think, oh, I don't have to train, I don't have to do this. I'm saying, look, there's always teams, and that was evident up in Belfast. We went up to the George Best Memorial Tournament up there in Belfast a couple of months ago, and it wasn't a Special Olympics event, it was a football for all event, so the FAI's version of inclusivity. And you know, the lads were under pressure, like, you know, and it's
that's good for them though.
Yeah, you see character, like, you see, I like lads getting put under pressure, because it's like, right, you see who the real character is coming out, like, you know, and you see the real leaders.
Yeah, but to win well, Paddy, you got to lose well first.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to, you know, it's
accepted, like.
Yeah, it's part of it, and it's a life lesson, you know. That I always say to my kids, like, the things you learn with football and the things you learn with sport, that's life, you know. When it's raining on Tuesday night and you don't really want to go to training, that feeling you get, that's your alarm clock every morning. When you're an adult, you kind of have to get used to it, like, and you kind of have to go when you don't want to. You have to do things when you don't want to do them, and that's the thing. If you do that in sport, and you commit to playing sport, and you commit to training, then you're an adult, and you kind of go, well, I've committed to like it's an easier transition to being a normal, fully functioning adult if you sort of commit to stuff like that you learn. I'm not going to get good at something unless I do it. So you do it, you work hard, and you get better. Same with work, you know. It's like the lessons that you pick up in sport, the confidence that you get, it all mirrors life, you know. And it's important that if you lose a game, you don't throw the towel and go, this is rubbish, I'm not playing again. You stay going. You use it as fire and motivation to get you going again, you know. But
the player that, at any level, the player that goes through, say, a hardship or defeat after defeat after defeat, if they hang in there and they get to say a level where they're playing at a better side or a better team, the mental toughness of that player is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's resilience. It's
the resilience
really,
that's built through them over years.
Yeah.
Like, I would have seen a few lads would have come into Pats even, who say would have been in clubs that weren't as successful, or I'm talking about juvenile, and then they come in and you see when a game is in the balance, all of a sudden you have someone who
was a warrior,
just like
bites down
and you'd know that guy has probably had very little success, but it's just because of
he's used to it.
Yeah, what he's gone through.
Yeah.
Do you know?
But it also, you see that as well. It makes the wins even better, even sweeter.
It does, yeah.
That when you do get those wins, you know what it's like to get hockeyed for years. So that when you do get the success, you kind of go, geez, you know, it's even better and even sweeter. You don't take anything for granted. And that, look, we're trying to maybe have talks with Leinster to maybe see if we can kind of restructure the Leinster division.
Does it need it, Paddy?
It probably does, you know, because
from what viewpoint?
I suppose the Carlow lads we're kind of walking away a little bit with the division we're in, and it's getting to the point where there's other teams that we play against that are not overly willing to play us anymore, and it's getting tricky.
Well, that's wrong straight away.
It's getting tricky.
Yeah.
So what probably needs to happen, like we're in a Leinster group with the likes of Tullamore, Dundalk, Drogheda, those kind of teams. The Dublin teams are separate. So probably what needs to happen is to maybe restructure based on grades and abilities rather than geographical locations.
Makes sense though, right?
Yeah, I think so. But it's a big job, you know.
Is it a logistics issue, was it?
It would be slightly. There'd have to be buy-in from everybody, you know. But I don't know. Other than that, all we can do is kind of just stay in our division and pick up friendlies against the likes of Cork, Lourdes, Leeds, those kind of teams that would give us a good rattle. And try and go up to that Belfast tournament on an annual basis just to keep lads interested, you know.
Yeah. What nights do you train?
Tuesday night,
Are you
8 o'clock.
training now?
We have a break for the summer. We're probably back in the next couple of weeks.
I'd love to go and watch a few.
Where do you train?
Down in the SCTU.
I'd love to go watch a session.
Yeah, welcome down.
Definitely do,
Yeah.
I'll get in touch with you. Come down and meet the lads.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to.
Come down and meet the lads.
I'd even do a session.
Yeah, I love that.
I think it'd be very interesting.
The lads would be delighted now with having somebody else's voice roaring at them rather than
it's good for them. You can roar as well. Makes no difference.
No, it's good. It's good to keep lads on their toes, you know.
And eyes.
Yeah. No, it's just. I think it's brilliant.
It's good though, Podge, as a fresh voice as well. Like if he does, like we went on to Ballymurphy to do a session.
Yeah.
I get Podge doing it, but he was the
And
main man doing the
live.
session. But he was honest to God, it was just a breath of fresh air to the lads down there.
Yeah.
You know, like
Hardy men.
Not that the lads doing it are a bad job. It's just a different point of view or a different angle or whatever he teaches them. Like I said many times, he's the best I've worked with.
Yeah. You know, I'm just fascinated because, like, do you know when you come in, you have a pre-idea in your mind, and you're just talking about sessions and that. I'm thinking, there must be something in this. Like, I wouldn't mind having a look at this session, see what, just from an application point of view. Like how do players with learning difficulties apply themselves to this thing? Like, and I've saw my mind now where I'm saying it's the very same.
It's the very same. You'll have the same amount of lads at grassroots level that don't listen, the same amount of lads that act the maggot, the same amount of lads that are a bit lazy. It's the exact same as coaching my son and daughter's team.
Yeah.
It's the exact same.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the, you know, there is slight tweaks that you have to do. Some of the athletes, one of the athletes has difficulty hearing. So you have to communicate with him before, you know, and kind of sort that communication before you start the drill and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
A couple of the athletes have a thing called dyspraxia, where their coordination would be slightly not as fluid as you or I. So there's a few little things that you would have to be aware of and keep an eye on. But, you know, a lot of the sessions that I do with Special Olympics would have been sessions that I would have done with New Oak.
Same.
Yeah.
What level coach are you yourself?
I have just the basics, PDP1, PDP2, 7v7 workshop, just the kind of basic stuff, you know.
What's the aspirations? Do you want to go far?
I don't know. I'm happy coaching my kids. I think obviously happy with Special Olympics. I think from a from a coaching point of view, as regards of sort of bettering myself, obviously, learning from coaches I'm with at grassroots level is really important as well. There's some really good guys down in New York. Brian Carberry has been there from day one, like really, really good guy. Lee Walker, another guy that we've been doing it for years. Mick Lowry now as well, and we kind of all learn from each other. But I don't know. I think I just am a bit uneasy when football gets competitive. It changes.
Interesting.
And this,
where do you see a change? Sorry,
my I suppose I'm used to, young players, athletes with additional needs, and I'm used to a certain amount of, I suppose, decorum on the sidelines and stuff like that, where it's kind of like, and I just feel when I go and watch my nephew.
Are you doubting yourself?
Huh?
Are you doubting yourself?
No, I just don't like when I go and watch my nephew, who played with Ballymurphy, and I go and watch underage games, just the shouting at the sidelines and the roaring in and like all of that stuff, it's
not nice.
It just puts me off. Like you'd hear a couple of parents roaring in at kids, screaming and this and that and screaming at the ref. Yeah. And I'm just like, it just doesn't.
They haven't a clue what effect they have on the kids. They're roaring in like
so dangerous, like so detrimental. And it's lovely now because it's kind of like, you're kind of like there's no major pressure, there's no major stress. It's all about developing the young lads. It's all about developing the athletes. And then you go up and it's like under 15s, 16s, where it's like the focus shifts from development to winning. And I think that sometimes, just changes it a little bit. I don't know. I obviously I'm going to stay coaching with the kids and I'll stay going up through the age groups, but just when it starts getting really serious and win at all costs, there's a little bit of me that sort of feels like I want to pull back from that.
Yeah, I personally don't understand that from my own mind, because I suppose I'd be able to shut that kind of out on the sideline, right? I don't really listen to parents that roaring and shouting. That's plenty would tell you, but
the best thing to do with that is put it back on the parent.
Yeah.
That was the best answer I used to ever give parents.
Yeah.
I used to come over, my son is not getting this, or he's not playing enough. And you listen to crap like that, and you're
hard.
You come up here 2 nights a week.
And
coach 20 kids, or 12 kids, or 15 kids, twice a week.
Get back to me when you've done it, like when you've put the hard yards in.
On a Saturday morning they're coming to you. And they're like, he's only getting 10 minutes here. And I said, well, sure, you don't train him. He doesn't listen to training. And sometimes you have to be brutal honest to the parent without the kid listening. It's tough, but I can feel your pain as well.
No, look, I mean,
it's a very interesting point. Like,
very interesting.
I say that now, and
it might change as your kids get older.
When I see Louis progressing and Gloria progressing, and you're so invested, like you're so invested, and it's. I suppose it's great now because it's all about development, and it's if they lose a match, like sure, it's no hassle, and it's now look, maybe I've just been to the wrong matches, but it's you'd hear stuff on the sideline, and it's like it's a lot of pressure on kids, like a lot of pressure, people roaring in, and
but only if them people that roar in actually understood that the instructions, the encouragement, the negativity towards players, towards referees, towards management has zero effect or influence on the actual game itself, because your message just does not get across.
No.
I used to say the same to coaches who roar and shout, what are you shouting for?
But not only does it have zero effect, I think it could have a negative effect. You have a player there that's
definitely a negative effect on it.
Do you know that a player that would lack a little bit of confidence, and then you have someone that's probably never played a game of football in their life.
Yeah, so the roaring and shouting is happening because that person that's roaring and shouting wants to affect the game in a positive sense, right? Be it for the Blues or for the Reds. Say if they're for the Blues. They're roaring and shouting on the Blues because they want them to progress. But little do they know that your roaring and shouting isn't going to change the game. Now, you're right, it might change a player's mindset in the sense that they're like, what are you showing at me for? But it won't change the actual game, as in the fundamentals, technical side of the game, the shape you're playing. Like, I don't understand how people don't understand that. I really don't. Well done.
They never will understand.
I get it, but I don't understand the role. Like, I just don't get it.
I suppose the only way that will change, that, like, culturally it's sort of embedded, but it's just going to be referees going over and saying, match is stopped. We're not starting until you leave the premises.
But to be fair, I have seen that. Like,
sure, I'd see where some matches that have a designated parent from each side wearing a yellow high vis on the sideline now, inside with the linesman inside defence, but they're trying to control their sideline.
They're the target of the abuse. Like.
But they are. But it's like, imagine a parent.
I wouldn't be putting my hand up for that.
But the first thing a parent that says, you wore the bib last week, you were doing the same. What's do you know what I mean? It's an argument straight away on the sideline with the parents, and they're forgetting about the kids are playing the game.
Yeah.
Do you know, it's tough. I do find the parents that you go and look at some games, and I'd often be talking to coaches from my club or other clubs, and you're like, how was he playing in that second team?
Yeah.
That was the parents' choice. The young lad wanted to play with the first team.
Yeah.
He wanted to play in the second team because he wanted to be the big fish in a small pond. And he's good enough to play with the first team, but they wanted the picture on social media. My son's got man of the match in a divisional cup final that he shouldn't have been in. Do you know
Does
what
that happen?
No, that happens. I see that many times.
Fuck off.
Yeah, I see it many times. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I'm like, if the kid is good enough to play at the higher level, let him on. But some parents want it to be about the parents, that they want the young lad to have all the limelight, and you're going, he's too good to be playing in this. It comes back to your grade.
Yeah. But also,
your grade, like, imagine the grade 2 and the grade 4.
Yeah.
It's not right.
It works the other way as well, where you have young lads that, you know, they don't get picked for the first team. So they go, right, I'll play for Byrne. Don't get picked for first team. Or I'll play for Parkville.
Yeah.
You know, and you're kind of, just let them play, like.
Yeah.
You know, and I'd say a lot of it, and you'd see it as well, it's probably not coming from the kid, like.
No.
I'm telling you.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sure, the kid just wants to play football.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just let the kids play. Do you know?
I've said this a million times since we started this podcast. The sooner the better. Clubs, club volunteers, parents, whatever, realise the fact that the only place your club needs to win is at the very top. So your very top team. So be it a Premier side, be it if you're not in the Premier, your first division, if you're not in your second, whatever it may be. That's where you need to win. Because all the medals and all the trophies and everything you win from 10s all the way to 16s means absolutely nothing.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Essentially, your grassroots is a production line to get players for the first team in 10 years' time.
It actually means nothing.
You know, nobody knows or remembers the results of an under-15s, whatever, you know?
No, well, look, some lads would, and I've had teams that have had great success throughout Carlow, and we won an outside competition as well and all that crack, but none of them are playing senior, bar maybe 2. And that's the failure, like. Not the medals you won under 15s. It's the fact that you haven't got them progress. Not only in my club, they're not playing for any club.
No, which is worse.
And do you think your club needs people like that these guys that are completely tribal and like we have to win and we have to sort of push on, or do you think that's sort of outdated, like, you know? Is it? Yeah.
100%. It's the only place you need to win, Paddy's at the top. Do you know what I mean? That's the only place you need success.
It's the Mecca, isn't it?
That's where success sticks. Success doesn't stick at under 14s double.
Yeah.
It's great to win them.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to knock competition, but I mean the focus has to be knocked. It's got to be knocked.
I think there's probably historical stuff as well within the town of, you know, teams and rivalries in the town that it kind of goes back to some of that. Like I'm a culture, like I'm out in the middle of the sticks. Like I don't sort of know historically what clubs in Carlow don't like what clubs. Just not one of these things for me. I sort of picked New Oak because it was close. I knew nothing about Carlow football.
No, but I mean, if you're 14 years of age and your father plays for New Oak and you play for New Oak, right? And New Oak and Hanover are massive rivals. That young lad is obviously going to be a bit upford when he's playing Hanover. That happens. Like, that's a completely separate argument. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's a young lad's application and drive and passion as will. Perfect, brilliant. But the drive and application and will shouldn't be to win an under-14 cup. It's great if it happens, and fair play to you. The application and drive and will at that area should be right. I have 20 under-14s. It's my job in 4 years when they're youths that we have 20 youths. That's your goal. That's bigger than any league will ever win.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, success is brilliant.
If you get that pod, you will win then.
100%.
Yeah, if you get that right, you will win.
100%. Tell me, what's the goals and targets for your group over the next few years?
Ooh, goals and targets. Yeah, like I said, I think participation in tournaments really is the main aim. The trip to Reus really opened my eyes to...
Give you an appetite?
Oh, yeah. It's one of those things where you never think it's going to happen, and you know it exceeds all of your expectations. So obviously international tournaments would be great.
How did you prepare for that, like in relation to insights to it, Paddy? Like, did you just do your own research on it, or were we talking about like teams were there before, or were you going in completely blind? Like
completely blind.
Wow.
I just got a phone call from the development officer. It's like, do you want to go to a tournament in Spain? I think, you know, your team would be well able to go. This is when it's on. This is, you know, we'll come down and have a meeting. We had to appoint a delegations officer, so that was Bridget Ryan. She's the mum of one of the athletes, so she essentially was the manager, organising passports and doing the sort of paperwork.
Big job, right?
Head of delegation, so it's a big responsibility. Obviously I was head coach, I needed an assistant coach, so David Core came with me and did that. And yeah, once the flights were booked, we just went over. We got briefed the day we got there, this is going to happen. Run fantastically well. Like
complex job, all food and one complex.
Yeah, there was one hotel complex that was entirely Special Olympics.
Brilliant. How did the mix? With opposition and other teams? Yeah,
great.
Good banter, good crack.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you'd come down and you'd see one of my athletes to be talking to a fella, and the guy would be talking in Spanish, and they'd be having a full blown conversation. I'm like,
would they take a drink? Any lads who were legal, or is it just like no lads were here?
No alcohol there.
None.
No.
Okay.
No, completely alcohol free. Some of the lads do drink in their personal lives, but no alcohol there. We went in and around the town. You know, we had a strict, this is when you're eating, this is when the bus is coming, this is when the bus is back, this is when you're up in the morning.
Curfews.
They run superbly well. Like there was a WhatsApp group set up the few days before we went for the head of delegations group. There was a WhatsApp group for head coaches group, and it's all panned out like so. Yeah, it was really, really good. Be great to go there on something like that again.
Is there outside tournaments like that, or will they have to be like Euros or Worlds or Special Olympics?
No, they would go from province to province. So Special Olympics Spain sort of set up that tournament.
But say, would there be football for all tournaments across Europe?
Oh, yeah.
Or that you can do outside organisations. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
okay.
correct.
Yeah.
So the goal will be just more tournaments. I think we'll go up to Belfast again. Hopefully next year. That was a great experience. Obviously getting the ladies team up and running is a big goal for the next
that's brilliant. Let's
12
talk about
months.
that.
Yeah, next 12 months anyway. So yeah, it I suppose there was a drive from Leinster to get more participation with ladies in sport, and that was the sort of the inception of it. So when we had our Leinster finals back in May, there was like an open day for the girls to try out sports that they wanted to play. So there was an open trials for football. Aaron was running it in Leinster, and he was sort of gauging to see what interest there would be, and there was a good bit of interest. So yeah, just put the feelers out amongst the athletes, and there was a positive reaction. We don't have a big group of girls that would be playing at the start, but it's kind of, you know,
good starting point.
Set it up, and people will come. Like with the lads, word of mouth will get out. You have to start somewhere. So we're going to start off. We're going to stitch it in the hour before the lads' training.
Okay.
And we'll go from there.
There's obviously competition and all for them as well in Leinster, and
it doesn't exist.
Okay.
Doesn't exist.
Potential for it?
The plan will be to have the girls and boys have the exact same framework.
Gotcha.
In the next couple of years of football tournaments, Leinster regionals, all of that kind of thing. It doesn't exist at the minute.
Gotcha.
So it's only at the very inception level. But yeah, look, we'll start. We'll see how it goes. We are hopeful that it'll grow naturally. We just need to keep an eye on, I suppose, that some of the girls that would play football stay playing their other sports as well, that they're not going, right, we
Not
play
clashing
football, but
sort
we're
of,
not playing basketball now, or we're not playing other sports. So you need to keep an eye on that. But I think, you know, we have to start somewhere. There is, you know, really good support of two coaches, Juliet and Emma, who have come on board in the last couple of years. So I'm going to get them to get involved. One of the sisters of the athletes as well, Emma's going to help out. So we'll get, my plan and my goal will be to have it sort of female head coach.
Yeah, makes sense.
And just sort of go with that and nurture it until it gets to a point where it's self-sufficient, you know. But
talk to me about you meant self-sufficient. Talk to me about sponsorship, finance. Like, how are you drumming up things? Go to Spain and Belfast and
there
difficult?
Was difficult. All fundraising's difficult. It's as you know yourselves, like, takes a lot of work to get money. There was a big fundraising event for Spain that really exceeded our expectations. We had a table quiz night with a big raffle. Shay Conroy was great. He's in the committee. He got Manchester United match and flights as the main prize for the raffle from the Manchester United supporters club in the town. They helped us out. Really good support from the local community, like the really, really, you know, positive input from the local community, giving raffle prizes, giving money, attending the events, good buy-in from, you know, some local politicians. You know, you just have to ask. You just have to get boots on the ground and go out and ask. A lot of
some people are afraid to ask, you know.
Yeah.
What's the worst? You can just say no.
Oh yeah. No,
you have to
just
look at it
ask.
like that.
I mean, a lot of the businesses in the town would know the Special Olympics athletes. A lot of the, you know, there's a couple of cafes in town have athletes employed. You know, a couple of the hotels. There's lads working. So you're not too far away from somebody who knows somebody.
Gotcha.
So there was great buy-in.
Support from elsewhere.
Brilliant.
Paddy, support from other like council, FAI.
We got a little bit of assistance from the courts. I didn't know it existed, but did you know the poor box where lads get fined for stuff we put money in the poor box?
All right.
Somebody that works through the court says, look, write a letter to the judge, say who you are, say what it's about. You might get a few bob.
Brilliant.
It's got a few bob there. But no, we did really well. We have a fella at the minute, BJ Ammond, is walking 5k a day.
Yeah.
Good coach as well, by the way.
Is he?
Not a bad coach, yeah. You coached Trefford before. I coached Academy as well 16 years ago.
Oh, fair play.
No, it's about 19 years ago.
He's done well. He works for me in the post office. I was going to give him a shout out that he's doing the 5k.
Yeah, he's good lad.
He popped the link up on the social media.
His brother Killian's hilarious. He's great.
He's brilliant.
Like, yeah, really.
Player.
Good fun. Yeah, just the life and soul.
Brilliant.
You know, really, really good lad. Everyone loves him.
I'll tell you a good one on Killian. They're out in the golf club recently.
All right.
Few of the lads, to bring them over, I think, for 4 weeks or 6 weeks. They had them on the Oak Park course and then they bring them into the golf club afterwards.
Wow.
And
I love it, like,
yeah, just to hit a ball basically. It's enjoyment for them. And to come inside for drinks afterward, and the golf club and drinks for them, a few bit of food, whatever it is. And I'd know Killian very well. And,
likes a pint.
Yeah, likes a pint, yeah. But I'd always walk by him and I'd say, go on the blues. And he'd be banning around it, like, go on the blues. And I'd be telling Patrick and you. But one of the lads, when it got really hot, we were playing the Wednesday even 4 ball. And we'd always meet for, sometimes it was hot like that, you get a pint beforehand before you play.
Right.
And we were sitting down and Killian walked by and he seen one of them, oh, having a pint? Yeah. You're driving. Really sharp. You know, he's a great character. So I'm always having to crack with him. He's a lovely, lovely kid.
Great lad.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah. I know them all.
Lovely
David
family.
Jones and Philip
Lovely,
Braun.
lovely family.
Philip is actually working in MSD, I think. There's a bit out there.
Yeah. And we're hoping to get...
Great people, yeah.
We're hoping to get Porrig on.
Yeah,
we're hoping to get Porrig down to one of the sessions.
No better man.
Just to do a session with us. We're going to try and organise getting a bus down to Waterford to one of the matches as well.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Porrig will help us out, I'm sure. He's a good lad. But yeah, no, BJ's doing great. He's just over $2,500 now, raised doing that 5k a day.
Fair play.
So if you know BJ, 5k is a lot.
Yeah, look, it's no joke.
No, it's
no
good.
Joke.
No. He's a frequent walker anyway.
Yeah, going to join him now for a couple of them. We'll try and get a crowd of people out for the last one. get a bit of a crowd, get a bucket and rattle a few buckets and do that. I think it's on a Sunday, the 31st of August. But no, he's doing really well. I mean, people are really, really generous. In fairness, like you said, if you don't ask, you don't get. But
he puts his map up on social media where he's walked, and he's so transparent. It's very good.
No, people are great, and you know, like I said, everybody knows somebody, or everybody knows somebody involved, and people will dig deep in their pockets, you know.
For sure.
But like every club, you know, it takes a lot of, you know, effort from people, but everybody's great. Like, you know, volunteers. There's a really brilliant group of volunteers, great people in the committee sort of running the show. You know, and everybody's really generous, so we're very
I'd never
fortunate.
pass by the bucket for them, you know. I mean, in the words of my mother, she always says, the most beautiful kids in the world.
Yeah.
And that's as simple as that.
You can't go to a Special Olympics event or go to a training session and not enjoy yourself.
Of course.
It's absolutely impossible.
Yeah.
And I've gained...
It's almost like therapy.
I've gained far more from being involved in Special Olympics than I got out of it. Whatever I put in, I get 100 times back.
That's a common theme, though, from people who volunteer in it, right?
Yeah.
That's a common theme, isn't it? People would say that.
Yeah. And look, do you know, it'd be in my nature anyway, like being a nurse, you're sort of in that sort of vein of helping people, but do you know, it's not a chore.
Does your job help you with this? But you're under, like, you're in a serious department there.
Yeah, I suppose it maybe in a way that getting involved in Special Olympics was a bit of an escape, was a bit of therapy. Like you said, it's, do you know, when you're in that environment, it's very stressful. Like,
yeah,
you know, it's a tough job.
I think you could easily produce a level of calmness that you don't even know you produce.
I get that, Pop. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Maybe.
I really do. I think they can have difficult situations as well.
Yeah,
like them kids are hurting too. You know, they don't know what's going through their head sometimes.
Yeah,
and your experience in your work brings a level of calmness to that. And
I'm doing it a long time. Like, I think you learn. Like, when you work in an intensive care, you have to stay calm because you have family at the bedside looking at you.
Yeah.
And if they see you panic, they're going to panic. So you do sort of learn and develop skills to sort of be like the duck sort of paddling underwater.
Of course,
you're not letting on. But no, it was a form of therapy, really. I sort of didn't get into it with that in mind, but certainly on reflection now, thinking about it, I think I was never as stressed in my life as I was during COVID, and I think that what I got out of the Special Olympics there was just an escape and just switch off the brain. And you, like I said, you can't not have good crack. You can't not enjoy yourself.
It's a feel good factor, Paddy, coming over every Tuesday that you don't even know you're getting.
Yeah.
You know, you could walk in as a 4 out of 10. You're walking out. I can guarantee you're walking out more than a 4 out of 10.
And that's why
when the session is over, which is
you kind of
if
want to
you
shout
leave a
it from the
session like that,
rooftops.
Paddy, you're in a good place.
Yeah, you want to shout it from the rooftops because I wish people knew what I knew. I wish people knew what they could get out of it. You know, because more people would be volunteering. Like, you know, more people would be involved in Special Olympics if they really realised what they got out of it. Like, it's so rewarding. Like, it's really, like I said, you get 100 times out more than you put in. You know.
Yeah, and that's that. Like, that formula is you're not just saying that. Like, people, you know, you're actually meaning that.
Oh God,
like, this is the formula, lads.
Yeah.
You put in 10%, you're going to get 90% back.
There's times there that would be the highlight of my week.
Yeah.
You know,
I have no doubt,
highlight your week.
Yeah.
Go in and you sort of top up the reserves on a Tuesday, and then you'd be having a tough week in work. You'd sort of weigh in a tough week with life and kids and going here and going there.
Of course.
And then you're sort of, you know, if you're ever stuck, there's something on every night.
Tell me this, how do you wind down? Clearly very busy, like.
Yeah, very busy. Just spending time with the kids, spending time at home, watching sports. I just love to relax and watch sports. There's nothing...
Would you watch all sports?
Yeah. There's nothing better than sitting down on a Sunday evening watching the Masters. That's just...
bliss.
Yeah.
Oh,
imagine me that.
Cup of tea, 2.5 packets of biscuits.
It's just...
For the first time.
Love watching golf.
Yeah.
Love watching all sports, MMA, you know, soccer, anything. Watch anything. That's just how relax, how enjoy. Just chilling out, watching sports, spending time with the kids, kicking a ball with the kids. You know, that's,
I was over at the MMA in
Manchester.
Man City's new. There's a stadium beside Man City's.
Academy Stadium.
No, it's not. It's like an arena beside.
Oh, is it an arena, like indoor?
Yeah, it's an indoor arena, and the MMA was on.
Was it UFC or Cage
No,
Warriors?
it was UFC.
UFC,
yeah,
was it?
Paddy the Baddy was fighting. I was over there with Keelan, and we had the time of our lives, but it was done in American. It was on in the first fight was 11 o'clock, so what we did was we didn't book into a hotel because the first fight was 11 o'clock in the night.
Yeah.
And we came back at, obviously flew back 9 o'clock the next morning, but I was never at that before, and I was like, oh my God. No, I would have liked Paddy the Baddy, but what, I think it was 13 fights or something.
Yeah.
But epic.
Oh, it's great.
Absolutely epic it was from minute one to minute. It was an Irish girl fighting. The main fight then was lad in the heavyweight, the English guy. Aspinall, yeah.
Is that the one he lost? He went out on him?
No, he won.
Oh,
he's very good, yeah.
Yeah.
But just to listen to Paddy the Baddy music coming out, I was just buzzing. Like.
Serious atmosphere.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Serious atmosphere.
Brilliant, yeah.
Really. I only got into it around the time Brock Lesnar came in.
Right.
Around that time, good few years ago. And just been hooked ever since.
Who beat him? Frank Mir. Remember he rose, he flew through the heavyweights, won the title, and
I think he got a title shot after 1 or 2 fights.
Yeah.
You know, but
I think it was Frank Mir beat him, was it?
Could have been.
I wouldn't be that familiar with most of them, but Jesus Christ.
And then obviously, you know, I would have followed Conor McGregor's career really closely. Obviously that's gone haywire now, you know. He's gone.
Used to be McGregor nights in most houses.
Yeah.
I was
really invested in him because he was, you know, kind of came from nothing. And I just, since...
His story at the start was fantastic.
Ever since the Mayweather fight.
Electrician, whatever he was. And then just came through the ranks. He was determined to do this. And
ever since the Mayweather fight, I just can't stomach him. Like,
well, that's when it became
hard.
Social media boxing rather than anything, wasn't it?
That's just unlimited money.
Is ruination.
Unlimited money.
Everything, man.
And obviously drugs and alcohol and gone down that path, but
he's still an inspiration to many people.
He is, but not to me.
Yeah, not anymore.
Not going to lie to you.
No.
Yeah, come here. We have questions pop. Quick fire questions. Okay, you want to take control? You may use my phone there.
Okay.
Give the sponsor the shout out.
Yeah. Quick fire questions is brought to you by Sneaky Sessions, the Carlow legends making noise all over Europe. From events to DJing to producing bangers, they do it all with serious vibes. Based right in the heart of Carlow town, but repping the country far and wide. Check them out on Instagram at Sneaky Sessions. I won't read the rest, but Pod's supposed to read this. Jez Pop, we were punching here in Carlow town with all these fine companies. But that's what it says, yeah. No prep, no warning, just pure randomness. Answer fast or I'll start singing.
Quick fire questions, Paddy.
I'm nervous.
Hit one and pop it.
Right.
See them, yeah?
Yeah. First one. If your team had a mascot, what would it be?
One of those, do you know the things that you blow air in that do this?
Oh, yeah. Say the carriages.
They're on the second-hand car dealership. Yeah.
Bubbles burn. Yeah. What's more important, effort or skill?
Oh, effort.
Agreed.
100%. You'll develop skill.
You have the skill, but
there you
have
go.
The will.
Brilliant answer. Biggest lesson you've learned from your players?
Biggest lesson I've learned from my players. If you say you're going to do something, do it.
Would the hold on to your word?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's scary, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. You say you're doing something.
You got to be careful what you say then, right?
Those lads will remind you regularly if you have done it
Does
or
that
not done
come
it.
down to the individual if you say I'm going to bring you on a 15 minutes and he comes over, hey, it's 17 minutes gone here, why aren't I on?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. No, if you have to sort of be very sure of what you're saying or making a plan, that plan has to happen.
Gotcha.
So you have to, you say you're going to do something, you do
Go
it.
on, do it.
Yeah.
Most inspiring player you've ever coached?
Most inspiring player I've ever coached.
That's a hard one.
Probably my son.
That's a great answer.
Yeah, probably my son. I know how hard he works. And he's hard on himself.
What age is he, Paddy?
He is 9, coming on 10.
Oh my God. Just tell him to enjoy it.
He, like every kid, he watches YouTube and wants to have all the skills now.
No, yeah. Wants to be brilliant yesterday.
But no, I love watching him. I love watching him kick a ball against the wall. Just he gets the fact that he has to work hard. He's not blessed with sort of natural skill, but he's getting there, and it's through hard work that he's getting there. So, yeah, that's my son.
Does he bring a ball with him everywhere he goes?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't change that habit.
No.
Yeah.
First word that comes to mind when you hear teamwork.
Teamwork. Non-negotiable.
An answer.
Jesus
Non-negotiable.
Christ. He's a professor.
It's not. It's not negotiable. Yeah, I know that's 2 words, but
no, but
there's a hyphen.
It's the meaning of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
One word to describe your team.
Inspirational.
Wow.
Brilliant. I'm going to ask you this question as well.
Right, go on.
Your personal motto as a coach.
My personal motto would be hard work beats skill when skill doesn't work hard.
Yeah.
Put down the t-shirts, you sell millions of them.
Yeah.
You, Podge?
I remember hearing a tutor tell me one time, it's Podge, they have the skill, but do they have the will? It's always stuck with me.
Yeah. It's a great one, isn't it?
The lads who work hard will catch up on the guys with the flashiness if they don't work. The flashy guys don't work.
Yeah.
The hard workers allowed past them.
And then he finished
every time.
He finished it with Podge. The harder you work in life, the luckier you get. That's exactly what he said to me.
Wise words.
Yeah.
Very true.
Very true. I was right. I bought a pint then after that, am I joking? Segment 4, live show, follow, Papa. Great night was had Friday night, just gone to Scraggs. Thanks so much for all the sponsors, for their support. Thanks to the guests and Scraggs. To be honest, you're giving us an appetite now to put on another one. Watch this space. Thanks, Paddy, for coming. Really enjoyed, appreciate your time, and I genuinely wish you all the best in the future. And I would love to go out to a few of the sessions, or even take part in some of the sessions. If
we'll get you down. 100%.
LinkedIn
I'll keep you to that.
Yeah, that'd
brilliant,
be great. Would you come down, Pop?
Oh, look, definitely. I've definitely got to that session. Be brilliant, and you're an inspiration to your family, man. Keep it going.
Thanks.
Fair play to you. What you do is fantastic.
Cheers.
All voluntary, and can't wait to go and see a session. Being honest, and we'll be there to with the BJ shaking the bucket or BJ on the 31st of August.
Bring your togs and your shorts, or we'll get you to join in.
Yeah, for sure. That's another one in the bag. Our website is live, lads. HowWasHePodcast.ie. Is that right?
Yeah.
Check it out. It's going to get bigger and better, right? Do you know what's on the website, Shannon? You look like you know what's on it.
She has a secret.
She does, doesn't she? Yeah.
Shannon's secret.
Yeah.
No, it's all your episodes and your clips that I edit and upload.
Nerd. And look, please follow and share the pod. Someone out there might get a laugh, a lift, or just feel a bit less mad after listening to it. Thanks very much for the support. Thanks very much for the feedback. Thanks very much for Friday night. Papa, do you have before I go?
No, not
before
really.
Before we go?
No.
As always, lads, not my podcast.
Not my podcast.
Carlow Sports Podcast. It's your podcast. Good luck and God bless.
Brilliant.
Till next week. Brilliant.
That's full time on this week's episode of the How Is He podcast, available on all podcasting platforms. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter/X. Proudly sponsored by Amplify. Got a story to tell? A voice that needs to be heard? Get in touch with us here in Amplify, Carlow Town's professional home for podcasters of all kinds. We can be found on Instagram at Amplify Podcast Studio. Amplify, power up your podcast.